one. Hello, and welcome to another episode with Rosie, your realtor. Today we have Alheli from Lawyers Title. Hi, Alheli.
Hi.
How are you? Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Rosie.
Yes, of course. It's been I know we just recently met, but you have been such a joy to me. I love your positive attitude. So it's definitely fun when you stop by. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Rosie. I love meeting with you and catching up with you whenever I come by the office. You're always hysterical.
Well, thank you. I try to keep it exciting. So, Alheli, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm born and raised in Oxnard, California. I went to school at Loyola Marymount University. My background is marketing and sales, and I was in real estate for 13 years and recently made the transition from real estate to title and another sales gig, but in the title world. And it's very exciting to do something different. And it's still in the real estate field, but completely different. And I get to engage and talk to realtors all day long at all different brokerages. And it's really fun getting to know different realtors and helping them out in their business.
Awesome. Yeah. And it's and you don't get the late calls, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's nice. It's definitely more of a true 9 to 5. And I have a great partnership with Tanner Behrens and Veronica Johnson. We cover Ojai, we cover Ventura, Port Hueneme, and Oxnard. So you'll see us out in the field. One of us, we all work well together. And the cool part is that I'm from Oxnard, Tanner's from Ventura, and Veronica's from Ojai. So we all have our expertise in the different areas.
Very good. And you need that Ojai person because they only want Ojai people.
Yeah, it's so true.
Did I say that out loud? Yeah. Awesome. Well, I was going to tell you to tell me a little bit about your business, but you already kind of did. And I know you're educating us a little bit on title insurance today, right?
Yeah, kind of giving you a little one-on-one on what title insurance is. A lot of people are not clear on that, I think. I don't think I was really even clear on it when I was a realtor. So just a little bit about title. Basically, title insurance, what it does is it prevents claims from arising and also protects homeowners' property rights. So some of the ways it differs from other types of insurance is that it protects the future losses that arise from past events. And so it's a one-time premium. It's paid in escrow. There's no annual premiums. It's good for the life of the policy. It's usually based on the purchase price or the mortgage amount. So, and the way you get title insurance is that you have a title team that does extensive research and examination of public records, anything surrounding title on that particular property, to make sure that there's no mistakes or anything that could cloud the title. And so what they do is they gather all of that information, they put it into a report that's called a preliminary title report. And that'll give you, the legal owner, vesting, property tax status, easements, and any liens or mortgages will be listed on there. So that way you ensure that, you've done proper research on a property before you transfer ownership.
Very good. Yeah, I don't want to be paying for somebody's unpaid bill. Now, can you clarify a little bit? So obviously in the purchase contract, it says you can negotiate buyer or seller to pay for the title insurance, but there's actually more than one. So can you clarify a little bit on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's 2 types of policies that you negotiate in a real estate transaction. And there is the owner's policy, and then there's the lender's policy. The owner's policy is paid for by the seller for the buyer. It protects the buyer from any future claims. It's based on the sales price of the house. It's good for as long as the buyer owns the property. And it also, in essence, protects the seller because, they're letting the buyer, in order to give the buyer this insurance policy, the seller is having all of this back research done on their property to make sure that they're handing this property free and clear to the new owner. So it's protecting the buyer, but also the seller. The lender's policy is paid for by the buyer and it protects the lender. And the lender also obviously has interest in the property because they are loaning the money to buy the house. So this is based on the loan amount, and it's good for as long as until the loan is paid off. And so this protects the lender, but it also protects the buyer because they're taking on this huge loan, probably the biggest loan of their life. So again, this is preventing things like covering them things like forgery, fraud, impersonation, any mistakes on legal or tax documents that can come up. Sometimes there's unknown errors that people didn't know about that come through the woodwork later on. And, insurance will protect them on those sort of things. I mean, some of the things I've seen personally is like divorce liens that we didn't even know about, child support, things like that come up once you're in escrow. Maybe $5,000 hasn't been paid in child support that will be put on the property. Our title team discovers that upon doing their research, and then will ask that be paid through escrow. Otherwise, it cannot transfer the property free and clear, or they will not insure it.
Very good. And then, so the mortgage one's typically paid by the buyer, correct?
Yes.
And then, but it's the seller's one ensuring that they have a clear title. And then you mentioned, obviously, like if I buy a house, I don't want to have to pay someone's lien, which would typically get paid through escrow. But what if somebody, when you own a property, goes and files a new deed and changes the title? Would it protect you in that instance as well?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Anything
just came to mind because I actually had a client call me. It was a probate situation, and somebody went and changed the title when the owner died, and the beneficiary is calling me, and I'm like, don't worry, we'll get an attorney. But I'm like, oh, I didn't think about having, reaching out to the title provider for that. So
sorry, I just got someone saying hi.
No worries.
As long as the ownership hasn't changed, like if I'm the owner of the property, I have my insurance covering me, and as long as I'm the owner. The minute that ownership changes, so if I move it to like a trust or an estate or a corporation, I have to pull a new insurance policy at that time. So you want to make sure that if you're changing ownership, you want to make sure that you carry that title insurance through. And you can always ask us questions. You can always go to our website, which is lawyersvc.com, which we'll talk about. But on there, we have a customer service department that people can reach out to with any questions.
Got it. Very cool. Awesome. Yeah. And I know I've had actually, as you know, I specialize in probate and divorces. I've had situations where, the beneficiary is now selling a house and they have no knowledge of the house, but things have come up from decades ago, right? They're like, oh, mom never paid that payment or whatever it is. So I feel it's important to have a strong team, because I've had my title companies dispute some stuff, especially if it's old or it's like, wait, the names don't match. Why was it attached to this house? And so I know that's some of the stuff that your back end does, which is, it's wonderful to help protect the sellers, right?
Absolutely. We have amazing title officers here in our title unit, and we have 3 title officers, and all of them have been with the company for 30 years plus. So they have a lot of experience. They've seen it all. Any problem?
I bet.
We probably should have one of them on your show just to tell you all the horror stories and how they solve them.
I would love to, actually, because I typically deal with just the salespeople, right? The Alheli and so forth. But I don't know that I've ever met that actual title person in the background. So that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It would be cool to hear some of the common issues they see. But like I said, those common issues that we do see is mistakes on legal and tax documents, fraud, forgery, and when there's missing people that we didn't even know about that come out of the woodwork.
Yeah, so that extra child you're trying to. Yeah. Very cool. Now, so if somebody had a title question or wanted to contact you direct, what's the best way?
They can call my cell phone. I am on that all the time, 805-419-1510. They can text me. I'm really good and fast at text, or they can call me. But if they want a lot of information, we have an amazing website. I can't stress that enough. It is lawyersvc.com. You can pull any information about title in there. They have tools for you also. They have like home sale reports in different cities broken down by month, broken down by year. If you're curious to know, how many homes sold in Ventura in December, what was the average price, those sort of things, but then also just educational materials. And then also follow, if you're on Facebook, follow our Facebook page, which is Ventura Title Team. So it's the @ Ventura Title Team. And we have a lot of market updates. And
you said that was on Instagram, sorry?
Facebook.
Okay. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, @ Ventura Title Team. Yeah. And we put on all the latest information. We also have a lot of tools. So we give you tool updates and just fun content, silly videos.
And you said your website was lawyersvc.com?
Yes, that's right.
Awesome. Anything else you'd like to share before we
No, I mean, really just our team is very unique in the sense that we're all, like I said, very local. And if you need anything, we're very well versed on the area and the community. And we're always looking to help people grow their business. We have incredible tools. So like I mentioned, happy to help with any of that. We're always available.
Very good. Very good. Well, Alheli, I absolutely appreciate you coming on here today and educating us on the different policies and why it's important. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. And maybe we'll have you on here again.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Thank you.